It's a familiar ritual, swiping through endless profiles, searching for a spark. Then you find it, a profile that feels just right. Warm photos, a friendly smile, a relatable bio, hobbies like hiking, old films, trying new restaurants. This person seems safe, genuine, and entirely plausible. The connection feels instant, as if you found someone you were always meant to meet. That's how it began for several women in the city. They matched with Alex, a man whose profile was a masterclass in understated appeal. No red flags, no wild claims, just a pleasant, reliable presence. His photos showed him in ordinary settings: a cafe, a park, a family gathering. The profile was designed to fit in, not stand out. In the world of online dating, finding someone so grounded feels like a win. You message, or he does. The conversation flows. He asks thoughtful questions, shares relatable stories, and quickly builds a sense of mutual understanding. You start to imagine a future, but behind this digital mirage, a chilling reality was taking shape. Alex was not who he claimed to be. Every photo, every word, every shared interest was a calculated piece of a deadly puzzle. He was a predator, using the language of romance to engineer trust and isolation. The very things that made his profile appealing were the cornerstones of his deception. The perfect match was, in fact, the perfect trap. Alex's profile was a study in strategic blandness, deliberately neutral, impossible to verify. The photos were generic distant shots, group outings, faces partially obscured. Sourced from public accounts and stock libraries, they led nowhere. His bio was vague but reassuring: project manager, data analyst, professional but hard to pin down. Hobbies, coffee shops, road trips, classic TV, mainstream, relatable, safe. The profile was a blank canvas, inviting others to project their hopes onto him. Subtle imperfections, an off-center photo, a minor typo, made it feel authentic. Too perfect raises suspicion. Slightly flawed feels human. He understood online trust. People want connection, not perfection. By appearing approachable and imperfect, he disarmed his targets from the start. Every element was chosen to be non-threatening and hard to verify. No specific neighborhood, just the city. Age and height, desirable but common. This lack of detail was the point. It let him operate in plain sight. The profile wasn't just lies, it was a carefully engineered void, filled by the trust of others. Alex wasn't confined to one app. He was a digital chameleon. On serious platforms, he was mature and introspective, talking about building a future. On casual apps, he was spontaneous, fun-loving, and new in town. Photos and bios shifted to match each app's culture. He mirrored the interests of his targets, accelerating rapport. The core details stayed the same: name, age, vague job. But the nuances changed. This adaptability made him hard to track. Each woman saw a slightly different Alex. If suspicion arose, it seemed isolated, never part of a pattern. He compartmentalized his activities, creating separate worlds for each interaction. Alex wasn't just a man, he was a template, endlessly modified to stay ahead of suspicion. Once matched, Alex began grooming with precision. His messages were never generic. He referenced details from profiles, showing interest. Early conversations were light, focused on his target, building intimacy fast. He performed empathy, responding supportively to stress or vulnerability. At the right moment, he'd share a fabricated personal struggle, making himself relatable. He remembered small details, creating a sense of shared history. Compliments escalated slowly, from personality to more intimate admiration. The process was deliberate, a dance designed to lower defenses. His words built a bubble of trust and affection, making his targets crave his validation. The online connection soon felt more real than offline relationships. He was isolating them emotionally before ever meeting in person. These conversations weren't just chats. They were rehearsals for control. Each message tested boundaries, solidifying his position as the most important person in their life. When it was time to meet, Alex always suggested public busy places: coffee shops, crowded parks, popular restaurants, familiar, non-threatening environments. This projected safety and respect, disarming any lingering fears. The first dates were impeccably normal, charming, attentive, and engaging. He mirrored online conversations, reinforcing the connection. Paying the bill, making small gestures, he seemed the perfect gentleman. Friends and family were reassured by the public setting. He gathered information, gauging trust, all while maintaining his facade. Subsequent dates followed the same pattern, building routine and familiarity. Only after several safe encounters did he suggest something private. By then, the trap was set. The public facade had done its job. For a long time, the disappearances seemed isolated. Women vanished after meeting a man named Alex, but his profiles disappeared too. The breakthrough came from digital breadcrumbs. A detective noticed a pattern in small purchases and locations. Cross-referencing transactions revealed a geographical cluster. Cell tower data showed several victims in the same area before vanishing. Police scoured CCTV, searching for a recurring male figure. The digital trail deepened. Social media, emails, deleted profiles, location history. The name Alex kept surfacing, but the profiles were ghosts. Then, a mistake. He used the same public Wi-Fi at a library to create two profiles. This overlap was the first concrete link. The digital fortress had a crack. Investigators finally had a lead. Investigators found inconsistencies in Alex's stories, different jobs, backgrounds, and details for each woman. What seemed like small lies revealed a web of fabrications. Chat logs showed he used identical phrases and anecdotes with multiple victims. His empathy was scripted, his compliments recycled. Even his photos had errors. A landmark from another city, a festival shirt from years prior. These details, invisible to most, became glaring under scrutiny. The persona unraveled. Alex was a patchwork of lies and stolen images. The police were no longer searching for a charming tech professional. They were hunting a methodical predator who weaponized online trust. The story was falling apart, piece by piece. The mask was slipping. The final breakthrough came from digital forensics and old-fashioned police work. Library Wi-Fi data and security footage revealed the real face of Alex. Facial recognition found no matches. He was a ghost. But cell tower data placed victims in a remote wooded area before their phones went dark. A burner phone briefly connected to a coffee shop Wi-Fi, leading police to a local man. His driver's license matched the library footage. At his home, police found a digital command center, laptops, burner phones, hard drives. He'd saved profiles, chat logs, and photos of his victims. The evidence was overwhelming. The ghost in the machine had a name and a face, Mark. His reign of terror was over. The story of Alex is a chilling lesson for our digital age. Trust can be engineered, profiles are performances. Stay curious, stay cautious, never let digital comfort replace real-world vigilance.